Hi, folks. Welcome. My name is Jeff Goodwin, the 30-Minute Trader. Today, I want to welcome everybody here. This is day one of 5 free trading camp, where typically it's Forex. Sometimes we'll look at indices, futures, gold, and we'll even look at Bitcoin if we need to. One of the reasons why I've stayed away from Bitcoin is because of the spread, especially if you're doing a short-term trade. So I'm not an expert on Bitcoin. I'm completely transparent with that there. And one thing I forgot to say, is it just me, Harry, or does this group make me look good? I think they're starting to make me look good, aren't they?
Not at all.
I think Melanie's been giving you a bit of makeup before you got on the camera, mate.
A bit of makeup, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is
You want to take the things off your head.
Oh, I know. But it was requested. What was that there? That was somebody wanting in, was it? Someone missed the Francisca, can you deal with that gentleman who wants in, please?
I've got it.
Aye.
Chris Palmer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Francisca, I'm speaking to you. Melanie's my assistant. Can you message Robert, please, Francisca? Thank you very much. So this is a group known as the 30-Minute Trader. Has everybody got access to this at all?
Yep. Yes, mate.
Yep. So in here, coming down, there's a section called Guides. Now, if anybody's a brand new or trader and not really sure what trading is about, this gives you a little bit about it, different things. There's a few testimonials about me, but never mind. Coming down. This is some software, how to use software, which I use, but I want to, again, what is Forex? These are short videos to give you an overview. The financial user has a huge impact. Yeah, just have a look through them if anybody's new. The software I'll be using today, and throughout the week is called TradingView. You can get a free account and there's a paid account. So everybody use the free account if you have access to that, or if you're using another platform, that's fine too. But if you want, you can use a free account with there, or if you eventually want to go on to trade with it, there's a discount code. If you want to look at previous boot camps, here, the free ones, and this one was actually a 5-day one, which I forgot to record the other days. So, but this is more of a basic one. And this one is more advanced, although it was, let's say, for beginners, just so you know. So that's there for everyone. If you look at the discussion, it'll be in features, if it's not already. I have what we're going to be covering this week, and that's the time for everyone. So we're going to cover what is it as an overview, introducing the software, how to set it up for success. And I'll be doing a couple of exercises and then sending everybody away for some homework. I said, very basic today. Tomorrow, remember, this is beginners. We'll be looking at support and resistance, but in a different way that you typically look at it. We're looking at trends and different time frames to trade on. Now, before I go any further, has anybody here never traded before, physically on a chart? Hi, Trevor. I never saw you jumping in there. How are you doing? Has everybody traded before? Yes, I think we all have. That's good. Double checking here. I believe we have to build a tool set. We have to build a tool set to give tools to work on. So we're going to understand simple markets changing direction on 2 different time frames. Again, you might say, well, this is basic stuff, but this is a beginner's. And it's good for everybody to hear my voice and understand before we get into the good stuff. Naked charts. Now, can I ask a question? Does anybody here use indicators, or do they use naked charts, as in just candles?
Indicators.
Thank you very much. Was that Henrik, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that, Henrik. Appreciate it. Does anybody else use indicators to assist?
Occasionally, I use a couple of indicators compared to what I used before.
but pretty much it's a naked charts as I prefer it these days.
Yeah. Quentin, I know yourself. You've been on and off for a couple of years. Just so help me out here. Just so I know, because I always like to start with naked charts, and then we build on it. Sorry, say that again, please.
No, you wanted to hear something? I just switched off my mic.
Yeah, are you a naked chart man or are you an indicator chart man?
Yes, you're breaking up there, Jeff. Sorry, repeat that.
Indicators
I'm a
with
naked chart.
with or without? Do you use indicators? Without, yes.
Yeah. At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Anybody else? Just tell me. Just give me a yes for indicators and a naked. In the chat, if you can all just in the chat, let me know, please. So Julie, yeah, naked. Thank you very much. We'll have Julie and naked. Wow, all these naked people today. Woo. Julie, Todd. Thanks, Todd. Lovely to Todd, I'm glad you're here. We never actually spoke to you. I do apologize. Indicators, Julie.
I use naked chart, mate. I'll talk. I'm just watching a trade at the minute.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Todd, are you tell us a bit about yourself quickly, Todd, if you can. Where you from, real quick? Have you traded before? Thank you very much. And Mr. Paul Everett's on the phone. I'll just carry on. The next question is, so that we've got this here. This is the overview. Now, I see this is the overview of what we're doing. Depending on the experience of the group, we move faster or slower through this. We might even end up, sometimes we end up, like the last one, we went rattled through it all on like the first day, and then we were doing a lot more advanced stuff. It depends on the group, but it does say beginners, as it says there. Paul Everett, can you speak? Maybe you can't, so let me just check. I use historical high and lows and channels. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Highs and lows. Highs, lows, channels from. Okay, thank you very much. So the next thing I'm going to say to you, trading view. Let me switch this off for a minute. Trading view. This is a piece of software here, which I find really simple. There's a couple of indicators I built and put together. And some people might say, like, depending on the style of trading they're at, they might say they're day traders. Now that could be a whole bunch of different things. Some people might trade on the daily time frame, so that means each candle represents 1 day of time. Or they might be working with institutions, professional traders. They might look at setting on the weekly or even the monthly. I used to work for a company, for example, to buy money at the start of the month, and everything's based on that monthly basis. So no matter who you are in the company, it's all based on a set time, and all the business is based on the currency exchange for the whole month, no matter where you are in the world. And that's that there. So there's a monthly time frame. So can I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, this is AUD USD. Is that an uptrend or is that a downtrend on the monthly? Can anybody tell me? Or is it not sure?
I would say more on a downtrend.
Could be in a downtrend, but there's different ways. We won't look at this in detail. But let me just, Henrik says a downtrend. Yeah, that would make sense to me. Yeah, as you look at the market structure, you can see here, it makes a difference. It's a monthly. It's not broken that high yet, and it kept coming down. That was the previous low. It broke that. And in order for it to change direction, that there would have to break that. Would that make sense, Henrik, to you?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. So that's the monthly time frame. I'm now going to delete everything off there. I'm now going to go to the weekly time frame, because it makes no difference the time frame you're at. because I can make the candles look smaller. Now, at this moment in time, every candle is valued of 1 week in time. Yeah. And I have my candles here, gray or black. Sometimes I use hollow candles, gray for going up, black for going down. Does anybody else use anything different, whether it be red or green or completely different colors with a black background, a blue background? How do you set your charts up for success? So that is a step one. And no matter what you do, set your charts up for success that means something to you, that isn't too bright, isn't too sharp. A lot of people see the red color in the candles is a danger color and it puts them off. How do you set your charts up for success? Any volunteers? Mr. Paul Everett, do you use indicators?
No.
No. What's your charts look like? Is it colored, black, background white?
No, I do the traditional green and an off reddish color. I don't like deep red because it's always danger. So it's an off red color.
It's an off red color. Thanks, Henrik. Henrik put blue and yellow. With that, Henrik, what color is your background, please?
It's actually black.
Black. I was thinking that because of the yellow. That's why. Because yellow doesn't appear well on a lighter background. Let me just check one other couple of here. Julie and Sebastian, please. What do your charts like? The colors. This is interactive, guys, just so you know.
Oh, I use what is on my brokerage platform. So it's the red and green.
Red and green, that's fine very much. You can change them all. You can do whatever it is.
I still have them on red and green. It's fine.
Thank you very much. These things are typically quite simple. I don't know what your brokerage platform is, but with this type of thing, you just press a right click, go to settings, and then you can, depending on what it is, symbol, I could change the colors by doing whatever it is. If I want to make it yellow, I could do that there as a type thing. I could play up here. I could make them hollow like that there. I could make the background black, just as easy. It's a whole bunch of different things. So let's just bear with me for a minute. We're now on the daily time frame. Each candle is valued 1 day in time. I'm still on a Forex pair, AUD USD. When I teach Forex, typically I stay with AUD USD because it's a slower moving pair. I would call it a beginner's pair, and the wicks aren't too crazy. That's what I like about it. Now bear with me for a minute. I'm just going to now, Paul, since you're here, what color would you say that is? What color would you say that one there is? Just what I want to get an agreement on these colors, please. If you can speak, Mr. Paul Everett.
Sorry, I was.
You don't have to mute yourself, Paul, unless you've got stuff going on in the background. Just so you know, what color would you say this is? What color is this to you? Is grey close enough?
I would say that was grey. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And would it be fair to say that is black?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yep. So thank you very much. Just for confirmation. So what's this? This is where the magic happens. Let's look at candles. Some people teach structure. Some people teach time frames. Some people teach numbers of candles. There's lots of ways to teach. But I'm going to start off with the basics. Watch this. We have a grey. We have a grey. We have a grey. We have a grey, we have a black. Whenever I see that, I go, oh, there's a black. I then just do, all I do is I get that there, and I just highlight it. You could use the wick, you could use the whole body, depends on your style. So I just highlight it, then it goes up. A grey, a grey, a grey, a grey, 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 grey. Oh, we have a black. So I just highlight it. I apologize about this basic way of doing this. So again, some people say, well, I'm going to take that there. And depending on your style. Yeah, this is not particularly my style there. I would use something else. I would use candle itself. I like the candles. There's a couple of questions in at the bottom. Thank you very much. Hurry. Okay. So we've got that pointed that, and if I did this one here, I would do that one there as well. So let's just measure that one as well. So I've measured the low, I've measured the high, and at this point here, it potentially could have reversed, but it kept on going. Does everybody agree with me so far?
Yep.
Yep. It then started coming down, black. Oh, there's a sneaky one there. So I'm just gonna color that there. Why not? And I'll just change it slightly. I'll just make it slightly darker. Just trying to, without being too technical. So oh, something wrong there. That's that whole thing. Black. Oh, we got a sneaky one there. It's come down, and we got a sneaky one there. So now, without being, we can see the future. We can see the future. Yep, we can see the future. Some people would say this one here, but I don't like that. I like this one here. I like these little ones. I like the little ones up here. That's the ones I like. I like these little ones here. And oh, I probably would do that there as well, actually. So it goes up, it comes down. Does anybody know anything about okay. Let me just check. Julie, what country are you in, please?
In the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Okay. And give me a minute. I'm Scottish. I can speak with authority. If a lady goes into walking past a shop, they'll look left and they'll see this big sign, 50% off discount. I don't know about Netherlands, but in Scotland anyway, they like to buy things as low as possible, cheap. And they're known for having short arms and very deep pockets. Well, that's the men. The ladies never do that. Is it similar around the world at all? You know, where people like to buy as cheap as possible, unless, I don't know, might not do in holiday, but they do in Scotland. But we're coming up. Do you think the banks do you think they like to get as much out the market? Do you think they like to squeeze? And do you think they like to sell things at a high price or sell things at a low price? Have you were a banker? Somebody worked here in the banks at all? No.
No.
No. The banks like to get as much juice out of it as possible. They like to squeeze you when the price is high, and we all like to buy when it's low. Now, has anybody ever heard of the expression premium or discount in trading?
No, I can't say I have.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's just think of this. I'll put somebody mentioned the high and the low. So I'll just put I'll just mark this up nice and thick, and I'll make that a red color, for example, because red typically for sell. And I'll just do this here. I don't know, whatever. I prefer to do it with candles myself, actually. And I'll make that a green color for buy. Okay, we've got a low, we've got a high. It might not be the bottom low. So that would make sense. We've got there, we're looking for a sell. So think of what I just said. The banks like to sell things as much high price as possible. Yep. So once we get a high and it starts reversing, it's came from somewhere. And wherever it's came from, this is called the current trading range. This is the trading range between here and here. And you can see the price trades between here, up and down. Nothing fancy. I've not picked any highs or low. I've just picked any colors. I've just did that. Now, So that's my high, that's my low. Now, I believe it was it Henrik who is it that trades Bitcoin? I do apologize. Is it Henrik?
Sebastian,
Me.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
sorry. There's a question, is there?
No, sorry. Well,
he trades the
I,
Bitcoin.
I traded in Bitcoin. Yeah,
Okay, thank you. It's just and you use highs and lows on Bitcoin?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Daily, weekly, historical levels.
so that's basically what I've done. But I'm just without measuring anything else. I've just gone the daily. I've went high, and it's came from a low up to a high without doing any more. Now, think about this. Now, I'm going to measure between here and here. Has anybody ever heard of a Fibonacci at all?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's different ways to do what I'm going to do now. I can use something called a Fibonacci. I can use a GAN box. I can also use a parallel channel. That's how you spell it. Has somebody ever used a parallel channel? That's not spelled right. Parallel channel. Yes, thank you very much. So let's look at this. Because what would we be doing if we came from a low to a high? We're depending on the structure of the market. You can see we've came in a downtrend. It's coming in a downtrend. It's coming in a downtrend. It goes up. There's liquidity here. It's taking out the stop losses. If anybody knows anything about liquidity, it's keeping out the stop losses. And now it's in a downtrend. Remember, it's in a downtrend. But we're sticking upon this. So it comes down. So let me use the Fibonacci first of all. I might change my Fibonacci, so I'm not going to use that one. I have lots of Fibonacci tools here. And I'm just going to use my 10x fibs. Yep, different settings. So I'll reset that again. I go up here. I go from the low to the high. That there. And I'm now going to hide. I'm going to hide my drawings. I'm going to hide so we just focus on the Fibonacci. Oh, that didn't like that, so I'll have to remove that then. I thought it was accepted. Just see these numbers I've got over here. Let me see if I can get that. I'll take it to the side. And I'll actually take this to the actual bodies, because I'm using mine. I want the bodies rather than the wicks. So I went from there to the body, the high, and it come down. And you see these numbers here. There's different 50%, anything above the 50 will be classed as premium. And anything above the 50%, we're looking for sells. I want you to think if you're a banker, you're looking to sell where price is at a premium. You don't want to sell low. You don't want to sell low. You want to sell high and got everything. But being Scottish, I like to buy things at a cheaper price. Why would I buy up here when I can wait till it gets to this level down here, being Scottish, you know? And guess what? There's my zone there. And it just so happens it taps into it, you know, and this goes back to exactly where it came from. So I've taken advantage of this Fibonacci, or where it came down to here, and it's went back up. Thank you very much. Any questions? I'll give you some settings for the people who like settings. There's some settings there. If anyone wants to take a screenshot.
Is it okay with you if we make a photo?
Repeat that, please. Sorry, internet problem.
Can we make a screenshot?
If you wish, you can do it with your phone, or you can. It's in the recording anyway. But if some people like to do it with the phone, you can. Yep. Just doing things to try and help people. For some people, this is an advanced tool. For some people, this is a basic tool Depends where you are. Yep, that's all it depends where you are. So that's me showing you, because I'm interested in this 50%, because I want to know when I can buy under here, and I want to know when I can sell when it's a, when it's the premium. So I'm going to remove that. Now I'm going to show you the GAN box, basic principles, but only basic if you know about them and you know what you're talking about. So I'll go up here. Something come down here, something called a GAN box. Now, it depends on your trading platform. It may not have it. There's a famous trader called GAN, and he traded quite differently. He traded off moon cycles and planets, and then he used different things similar to Fibonacci. So again, I'd go from the high to the low. Now I could do it from the wicks of a light, but I'm just going to just take it as it is. I'm not going to change anything from the high to the low. Now, can anybody see this? It's quite hard to see. I'll actually see if we can make that darker this time or lighter. I want to make that 50% darker. That might help. So you can see the distinction there between that high and the low there. Can anybody see that the light back? This is normally the bit where people communicate and say, yeah, or I don't see it, Jeff. Does anybody see that color is lighter than that color? Yep, thank you. I nodded the head's good as well. So anything below there, we're looking for the market to turn around. So at that point here, we get 2 candles in a row. There, they only got one, then it continues down. So potentially you can see, well, it's done its job, it's coming back up. There's something else happening down here, which we'll discuss in a few moments. It's done that. So anything above there is premium. We're looking for sells. Anything down here, we're looking for buys. And it's the same if you're looking for weekly highs and lows. I would probably recommend that for you as well. The third tool I mentioned was something called a parallel channel. Probably I can spell that right. So you come down here, and it's there. And the way you would use this, you actually go sideways, mark it out, left click, and come down. And it automatically gives you a red line here. And you can actually set alerts on this as well. Very easy, set alerts. So if you wanted to wait to be assured it was going over, you could set alerts going up there, and you could take it back up. Can anybody see this red background, or maybe perhaps not? Just that line there? Thank you very much, Sebastian. I appreciate that. So that's 3 tools that are simple to do to help you find out what a premium is and what a discount is. Now, let me show you this piece of, so we've all traded before, but what I like to do is have different time frames at the top here. So depending where you are, for me, this is for scalping, where I'm looking for a particular trade setup on a really like a sniper entry. These here, I know people that trade on the 15 and 30 minute. I know other people who trade they have the trade setups. They look for reversals on an hour or a 15. And again, depends on your style. You can use these as well. My style, it's very interesting how it's evolved over the years. I first started off with a 50-minute time frame. I just followed who I was being mentored from. And then I went to the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and my world completely changed. Let me explain. From feeling panic, being anxious, I was like, what's happened? All that anxiety has been taken away. It was like, I've got so much time. All I have to do is set alerts and walk away. And when the alert goes, I can look at the trade. So that was my movement. And then I eventually started following different world champions and different other people that won world champion. Rob Hoffman, for example, he was one of the guys I spent a lot of time with. Don't trade like him really at all. Probably only one thing I look at him now. I've had lots of mentors. I've looked at the same here, traded a volume profile. Volume profile. No, okay, it's a way I used to trade as well. Again, I took that from a previous mentor. And I'll show you a couple of setups I've got now, real quick. And I'll give you lots of information. But let's break this down to a lower time frame. Let's break this down to a lower time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. And I'm going to look at these here. I went down to the, so as we can see, it went from the low to the high. And depending on your style of trading, what we drew up on a higher time frame based on one black candle or a gray candle, the change of color, we now have reversal zones built in. We wait for, without being too technical, you could just simply use a simple breakout. No knowledge whatsoever. The simplest way I know to trade, without being too technical, is you go from a low to a high, you draw a 45-degree angle, and you wait for a breakout. Simplest way, and I'm now going to show you another way. I don't trade this, just so you know. Another way is, well, if it's going down, in order for it to change direction, it has to go above that 45-degree angle. Would that make sense to people? Then you can look at it again. And then you do the same there, and then it's a consolidation before it eventually pushing up. That's not the way I'm just showing you information at the moment because there's lots of different styles. So we're on the 1 hour time frame. What can people, Nick, do you still look at the 1 hour time frame? No, don't know. Trevor, what time frame do you work off? Okay, nobody's speaking to me today. I do apologize. I've obviously said something wrong. That's live. I'll just carry on. Okay.
5 minutes and 1 minute for me, mate.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So we'll go down to... Say that again, please.
5 minutes and 1 minute for me, mate.
Thank you. I appreciate that there. So we'll have a look at that. Yeah. So you see, without doing anything, these zones came from a higher time frame. So if you then wanted to scalp further, Julie, are you a scalper? Are you more of a higher, like Sebastian, like higher time frame?
I don't know. A what?
A scalper, it's just like what?
I don't
Scalpers
have a
like...
clue.
Okay, okay, we'll carry on. So let's come down to the 50 minutes. So we've observed these here on a daily time frame. So we're just looking, some people would look upon these as entries. Now, remember the rules so far, we're only buying low and we're selling high. Yeah, so there's a low. So we're looking for any excuse to buy. And we'll come back to all this stuff in a minute. We'll come back to it. So we only buy up when it's went from a low. Yeah, there's lots of different things you could do. I've got lots of strategies to help you with that. And in here, I've got a whole ton of strategies built for, oh, put the wrong one in. So what was that one? That was, it's a 30-minute trader. And I didn't when you do that. So let me go to another one. Let me go to, let me just go to a bunch of different trade setups. Liquidity, well, let's look at that one. Strat, let's look at that one. Let's look at attack in line 5, see what that says. Fair enough, we're on a 50-minute. Let's see if anything comes up there. No, don't like, oh, it's a noise. You know, now I don't trade like that anymore. Yeah, let's see these things here. Let's look at, oh, let's look at a swing setup. Oh, that looks a mess, doesn't it? Do you know people trade like that? People trade like that.
The conclusion of day 1 of the Breakers Conference, I saw medically verifiable miracles, deliverance, people being free from all kinds of addictions, suicides canceled, whole families getting saved. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Absolutely. Let me. I was actually one I was looking for actually. Oh, there's the flow. Let's look at the flow strategy. Let's see what this says. Oh, that looks a mess as well. But it's when you actually, when you do this here, and then when you go into it on a lower time frame. Oh my God, what happened there? Let's come. Doesn't that look a mess? Doesn't that look a mess? You're like, what on earth am I supposed to do that? So what I just like to do is switch it all off. Switch that off. That's actually quite a nice little basic setup I've left on there actually. I'm giving stuff away here. Let me come down here. We know we've came from a low, we've came to a high. A simple setup. Came from a low. Remember, we're only taking buys. And we've got this little thing here. But what I'll do, I'll take this distractions off. Anything above that line, we're just waiting for as long as it's above that, it's just a buy. It's a buy. It's a buy. It's a buy. There's exit the trade. Remember, we're only looking for buys. We're only looking for buys. This is at low. But this whole thing must be aligned. The part of this setup, it must be aligned. If it's not aligned, you don't enter. There you go. Enter the trade. And in the moment it starts going down or it goes red, you exit the trade. This is simple for a complete beginner. For complete beginners, you see how this would work. Scalping up, exit the trade. We're getting green, and when it's above there, there's another one there. As long as then, or you could even just stay in the trade. For the more of an investing style is buy and hold, where you just buy and hold. For example, does anybody ever trade off like a 200 EMA buy and hold style? Has somebody ever heard of the 200 EMA? Okay, I'll show you a strategy I called the matrix cash machine. Yeah, matrix cash machine. It's really simple. I'm going to I'm going to remove all this. I'll remove that there. I'll remove that there. I'll remove all that there. So I want to give some nuggets out today. I want to give some strategies for somebody to play with. The first thing I'll do is I'll go up here and I put on an indicator which I created called 30-minute trader direction. Yep, 30-minute trader, and there's a whole bunch of different things you can do with this. Yep. So I'm gonna try and make it a bit stronger for you. I'm gonna change the background colors to make it a bit color. So for the people who cannot read candles, the people who say, Jeff, I really can't read candles, I can't read charts, I can't read anything, I'm absolutely useless. They beat themselves up all the time. I know it looks a bit annoying at the moment. I'm gonna change the time frames. I'm gonna go to a higher time frame on this. Apologize. And I'm going to go to the hourly time frame. Let's start off with there. Yep. So I know that looks a mess. It looks absolutely a mess. But we've came from a low. As long as the background is green, guess, is that a buy or is that a sell? Quinton, if the background is green, do you think that's a buy or a sell? Apologize.
I think that will be a buy.
Might
Green is
be
go.
a bull market. A bull market. Now, we've also got inbuilt into this is break of structures. Yep. So yeah. So if you're in that long buy, guess what you could do? This is a simple strategy. Super simple. It's part of the 30-minute trader program. Yeah. Yeah. You put that on and then you simply do this. A simple EMA. There's nothing fancy. You can build this yourself. Yeah. Wait to see this. Oh my God, look at that. As long as it stays above there, it's green and it's above there, we stay in the trade. Look at that there. Nothing fancy, nothing super trader about me. The simplest strategy you'll find on the planet. We're using the matrix cash machine with my 30-minute trader. It shares the background and we only enter the trade with these two crossover. And then as long as it stays above there, we stay in the trade. We can exit at that point if we wish. And at that point there, we can stay in the trade all day. Oh, I moved that, I apologize. It's the simplest strategy I know. exit that trade. Nothing fancy, no superhuman trader. It's just a good setup that I've built into. I don't know if people know I've got a 30-minute trader mentoring program. This is just one of the tools. And this is just a simple EMA that every platform should have. Now, can I just check? Julie, do you have a moving average exponential on your trading platform? I just want to make sure everybody has this, because I want to give free stuff away today, some free knowledge. So it's not just looking at a chart. Can you check? Can everybody check if they have a EMA on the trading platform, P? I know Damo does, I know Nick does, because he uses the same trading platform as myself. Make sure you have EMA. I want to give... Yes, you do. Thank you, Henrik. Appreciate it. Now, I have two reasons for doing these free courses. I apologize. I should have said this. One of the reasons is it's supposed to be for beginners. And when I get beginners coming in, they don't know anything typically about trading. And my aim is to show them a little bit of information and for them to either opt out, say it's not for me, or they might want to say, I want more information after the 5 days. So after the 5 days, they might say, well, where to go from here? And I said, well, there's lots of opportunities with lots of schools if you want to go on and continue. I said, I have my own school. If you want to continue with me, if you can, but there's lots of others. So I'm completely transparent about that. But it's typically for beginners, where just to help them make a decision if trading is for them or it's not. That's my purpose. There's a chat here. Yes, thank you very much. You've got that. Can you just check? It might be under moving average. Sebastian, Trevor, what about yourself? Maybe Trevor's busy today. Todd, how are you going to get on, my friend? I've spoke to Todd on and off for about maybe 3 months or so. Okay, he's obviously busy. So you can see there, I've not done anything fancy. All I've done, I've focused on my high, my low. Yep, we want to buy low, we want to sell high. But what this does is what people struggle with, where is the top? Where's the top and bottom? Well, take that out of it. With my simple 30-minute trader direction, it's part of my mentoring program. It colors the background, and the simple, what everybody should have in their trading platform. Great material. Thank you for that, Todd. Appreciate that there. So as long as it's staying underneath here and it's heading down, you can stay in the trade. You might want to exit the trade there, wait for it to go back red again. As long as it's underneath there, we can stay in the trade, stay in the trade. Don't be a super trader, just make life simple. Exit the trade, goes above there, so you've now got a choice. Is it turning around? We don't know. Well, let's see. You could potentially get up there, and then that'd be we call a false breakout. That'd be trapping people in and taking them the other way. But if you've got this much equity in the trade, if you're a long-term trader, why would you exit? It's just testing, trying to trap people in the trade before going out and continuing there. So rather than find the tops and bottoms, let the setups do the hard work. Yeah, you're welcome, Todd. So for example, has Emily ever heard of something called Chat GPT? It's all the age, as everybody's talking about it. Some people say the purpose of that is to help find out information. The purpose of that is for help with copywriting. Can I ask, how do you use it? How does everybody use Chat GPT here? I'm aware it's anyway, I use it to help with ideas, copywriting. That's the way I use it, okay? Now, it does a purpose, saving time, taking sometimes the thought process out of things. Well, helping, guiding, it's a bit of artificial intelligence. And these indicators, yes, they are lagging. As we know, indicators lag. But guess what? It does not a bad job, does it? But the problem is people don't know how to use them. Yeah, I've used things, and so I build tools, and it's when you get them working together. And if people have too tight a stop loss, there's an opportunity to get stopped out there. Then they would say a few bad words to themselves, or it always happens to me. Then the next minute it just goes to the moon. You say, oh, what? I just can't get it right. It always goes against me. But look, the background is green. We're using our time frame. It just depends on where you're at. Any questions on that? I just want to give you one more thing because today is more of an introduction, getting to know each other. But I wanted to give you something. We've got a moving average exponential. That's EMA for short. Do we all have that at all? If we do, just give us a thumbs up. Yep, we've got a few people have got that. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that there. So let's see what we could do. Let's see. Well, I always ask, but let's remove all this stuff. Let's remove all this. We've got the high. We did the fib tool. A fib said it's put a reversal round about here. Well, we're on the 1 hour time. Let's say we had this. Let's say we had this. How could this help us? We're looking for see how it goes up, bounce. So you can see now from a structure point of view, think of the structures. Just draw, makes a difference. So that's the low there. Goes a high. Oh, apologize, the market structure. So this is the current trading range. And so until it breaks out of here, it's a rumor. It's a buy. It's a rumor. So it breaks above there. It's a new trend. Trend has changed. It comes back. Hit our magic here. This here is what you look for, ladies and gentlemen. This is here. That's what you should be looking for. I'll just take that there. So that's the 12th of July at 7:0700. This is set to Eastern Standard Time. My charts are always set to New York Eastern Standard Time. Because in the mentoring program, we have people from all around the world. Rather than using mine in Bali or yours in whether it be New York or in Canada or Mountain Time or UK or South Africa time, why don't we have the charts at the exact same time? Then I can support each other. So people drop the charts in. I'm going to do it. So let's just say we've got that there. So that's the 12th of July. I would just say, I think it was 0700 initially. 12th of July. So I'll just mark that 07. So I'm now going back in time to check that out there. That there. Excellent. So I can now go down a time frame, 15, 5, or 1, or whatever. Now, Nick, you're using 15, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right at the moment, mate. Yeah.
So we've analysed the chart. We've done a breakout. We've broken out, break of structure. It's came back into this tool I gave you. I'm dropping to the 15-minute. I've saved my time here. This is a calendar. I click here. Your people use different trading platforms. I press go to, bang, it's right there. So we broke the structure. We come back in underneath there, push through there. Hallelujah. It went to the moon. Boom. And as long as it stays above there, but let's do a final check. If I had this tool, I would have to do one thing. I would have to change that. You don't know about this yet. I would change that to a higher time frame. You ready for this? Oh my God. How powerful is that? It's almost like I made that up because I know the tool. And as long as it stays above there, you can enter this trade or you can exit there if you wish. So you get the lot. You get every single, almost every pip because you did your multi-time frame analysis, which we started on the daily, went to the hour. For entry, went to the 15. Now let's find another one. But before we do that, why did I choose that? I started with, I apologize if this goes above people's head, premium discount. Premium discount. Remember, Scottish people like to buy cheap and the banks like to sell high. I did my Fibonacci, from high to low. Yeah, that's the wrong one. I'll have to reverse this. Apologize. I'll just reverse this and get the settings there if you wish. Press reverse. It came down into my zone, which I've showed you there. Yeah, and I'm waiting for it then to go above there. And then I'm on the 15-minute for the entry. You see there, I just changed that. I want to make sure it's green. Bang. So I get it all using higher time frame, dropping and dropping. Questions, please. I'm gonna use different time frames all week, because I promised I would do. I'll even look at 2 different charts. But because of the time, and this is today is more of an introduction. Questions, learnings, or discoveries on today's session.
Jeffrey, how do you put the colors behind it? The red and the green.
It's a tool I put together. It's called 30-minute trader direction.
Oh, that's your okay. Yeah.
I apologize. It's one of my own. I don't. What tech? I don't know if you can do it with your platform. What platform?
Yeah, we're also on TradingView. We
Okay.
don't have a paid account, so I'm not sure if we can do that.
Yeah, you can't do it. But basically, it's okay. Maybe I was teasing. It's part of my mentoring or my software. It comes with it. Just to let you know. But
Sure.
but it makes life a lot easier, as you can see. And I'm always using a higher time frame analysis. I'm always using the slightly higher time frame. But if we didn't have that tool, let's see, didn't have that tool, I gave you a free thing away today where you can use this here. Yeah, I was really clear about that. It's a free one. But I've changed mine from a line to a dot to because I like to be able to, I want it to stand out. I like this better. That's me personally. Yeah, I like the way that looks. This could quite easily be a line. I changed it into, it's a personal psychology thing for me. So as long as it's above there, I can stay in the trade. And I've gave ample space for it to breathe. It comes down. There's the retest. I'm sure you had a break and retest, have you? Breaks. Have you heard of the phrase break and retest, Sebastian? Maybe
Yeah,
not.
that it breaks and it tries to go up and retest that level.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it broke through there, did a retest, and away we went. Bang. So if you don't, even if you don't have that, you can see it's built into it. I've given you a free one today, but I want to give free stuff so it's value. Yeah, and I will promote my stuff as well, but I'm always going to give you free stuff. So you can see there, all the way down, you can have stayed in that trade. Nothing fancy, nothing being a superstar.
So I have a question. So that looks like towards the bottom there where you have your cursor now. Yeah, that you should still sell there, but it looks like it's actually going back up. So it wouldn't be a good idea to sell.
You can sell all the way down there, yes.
Yeah, but then it turns around and then you've sold at the low.
No, you've not. You sell at the high, you buy at the low.
Right. So but are you saying you sell anywhere below the purple dots?
I'm saying you sell there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you sell there, it's too late.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm agreeing with you. 100%. 100%. Clear. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate that. Must leave. But how can you enter the trades as it's coming down? That's what we're going to come on to the rest of the week. Things like that. So I want to actually keep this chart on. So how can I buy up there and how can I sell down there? Well, at the moment you wouldn't enter for a sell at the moment. You'd want to wait for something to happen. You'd want to look. I would look at a lower time frame, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, there you go. But let's not be a superstar in trading. Can you read that? Without doing anything else, can you read that chart? I don't have any special technical skills. I'm using one of the easiest pairs in the books to trade. All the skill is that there. That's the only skill you need. I'm trying to give stuff away that's super simple. I'm trying to give stuff away without being too technical. The technical stuff I do in my mentoring, but this is the simplest thing I believe, offer. And the reason why the matrix cash machine, why that phrase came about is it's supposed to be blue pill and red pill. Well, at the moment, most people in trading think of green and red. So that's why the cash machines, as long as above there, it's a buy. It's a cash machine. As long as below there, it's a sell. And it's turned green. So guess what, Julie? You would not be selling when it's green, would you?
No, but wouldn't be selling in the red just before that either.
Well, why not?
I mean,
Look,
like,
look at there. But the truth is, that's the trade you want from there. But you remember what I said right at the beginning? I apologize. I'll go back to this here. This is buying territory now. I'll switch all this off. Yeah. We really should be buying up. It actually was buying up. Yeah, it's selling back down. You could do that on a lower time frame. But you want to sell as high as up here as possible. And I've got to be honest, I've mentored people in the past, and and they end up, Jeff, I lost a trade. I'm like, why? I said, wait, you lost, that's the entry there. What are you doing? On earth are you doing? Forget the time frame here. That could be the 5 minute, could be the 15 minute, could be the 1 minute. Some people get in too late when the trade's finished. These black zones I drew on the daily. So when you think of even support and resistance, I did it in a very unusual way. I looked for a change of a candle. That's all I did. So getting back to the daily, just to show you once again. I said, what color is that? Okay, what color is that? Then I did it down. What color is that? There's another one. There's that. And that was it. I've not done anything fancy. I've not been a superstar trader. We then went down to the lower time frame. And these colors are locked in. It's a different way to look at support and resistance. And again, you're 100% correct. You should not be selling when it's mixed. No, it's actually a green background. If I put that, you would not be selling, because that's the entry there. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Nick, Demo.
I'm okay.
Questions?
I'm okay, mate. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Quentin, Henrik, observations?
No, I'm good. Thanks, Jeff. It's very interesting seeing your ways and the way you do it. And like, you know what, I just got to throw all my thinking out the box and out my mind so that I can just get a clear thinking of what you're doing. Because if you also follow too many different people, you're stuck in doing the wrong thing the whole time.
Yeah.
So
remember, this is supposed to be for beginners. So I'm bringing what I believe simple concepts. Let's forget you have the green and the red background. That simple EMA, which Julie and Sebastian got. Use a slightly higher time frame so you're not stuck in this, what is it, an up or down trade? Use the daily, high to the low, draw a zone, just like I did. Put on the EMA. The wait for the pullback. If you know about FVGs or order blocks or any of that fancy stuff, hallelujah. If you don't, that stuff we teach in the mentoring program. But simple, simple, simple. That's a free giveaway today.
No, I get you. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Trevor, I know you've been busy today. You've not been able to speak. Questions, learnings, or discoveries? Maybe he's still busy. We'll get the replay. Henrik, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate your time. Francesca, let me give the last words to Julie and Sebastian, please. The lovely couple at the top.
For me, it was nice to see indeed the moving average lines. I've got so I use TradingView to do the analysis or to understand.
Yes.
But I trade on Bybit, and that shows the moving average lines. So that's 3 of them. So
Yep.
yeah, it gives me a better idea of how to look at them. So that's good.
Excellent. I appreciate that. Quick question for you. So there was just one thing you took out of today that you said, oh, that was useful, or that was an aha moment, or oh, I didn't know that. What would that be from the people that can speak? Because I know it's not people. Some people are working. So if there was any aha moments, or oh, that might be useful. I must remember that. What would that be, please? Just have a glass of water.
Well, for me, just learning how to use the tools, how to turn them on and off in the EMA.
I apologize. Maybe I went too fast, but yeah, the EMA is amazing, but there's lots of settings, and it's specific settings I use. And it's actually it comes from a Fibonacci principle. Again, go back to Fibonacci sequences that people know about Fibonacci. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that, everybody. Is everybody okay for here, same time tomorrow?
Yeah, it
Actually,
should be okay, mate.
I've set 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 4 p.m. I think in Netherlands. Is that correct? Was this 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah. In South Africa, 4 p.m. UK, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Francisca, 10 p.m. Trevor, I'm not sure who you are. Henrik, I'm not sure for you either. What time is it for you?
4 p.m. Just like
Okay,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yep. Thank you very much. And if you want, and if there's any comments, do it in the 30-minute trader group. I'd really appreciate that. Then you're all part of that show, the trial 30-minute trader group, are you?
I can't remember I can't remember actually seeing myself being in it, Jeff, if we can check that later.
Yeah, but you got this link. So, but yeah, I will do that, Nick.
Yeah.
Everybody else where did they get the link from today? Was it
I inboxed you from the chat.
Yep. Thank you. What about everybody else?
I just added myself, so I'm in the waiting list.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So how did you get to find about? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh, from you.
Yeah, of course you did. Duh. Okay. So see you same time, same place tomorrow, and let's have some fun. See you all at the top. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Welcome.